Hello, my name is Daniel McIntyre, and I'm here today to talk to you about how you can put together a few items in a bag to keep in your car that if you get stranded or something happens someday, you can be prepared to deal with almost any situation. So I'm going to get started. I have a duffel bag that sits in the back of my car. It's a pretty good size, and I have quite a bit of things in it, and I'm going to show you what they are. And explain a little bit why I chose these things. First of all, duct tape. This is like the number one thing to have for anything. You can seal up a busted radiator hose. You can tape up a muffler pipe that's hanging down. Just endless needs for, or endless uses for a roll of duct tape. The second thing that I carry in my car is water. I do have a case of bottled water that I keep in the back of the car at all times. Again, just in case I ever need it. Let's say in the summertime, if it's really hot, I'm stranded on the side of the road, I always have water available. Or even if I need to use it to wash my hands, whatever the case may be. I also carry these powder packets that you can put in the water to flavor them, makes them a little bit better. In my bag, I also, in the summertime, I carry sunscreen in case I have to be out walking and need to cover my skin. I also have a bottle of hand sanitizer that I keep in that bag as well. Probably the most important thing is a first aid kit that I keep in addition to all these other things. And that is just in case. It has a few items like Band-Aids, some antibiotic ointment, just basic first aid type things that you can buy one of these off the shelf at your local retailer. Some of the other things I have, especially in the wintertime, is I have a couple pairs of extra gloves that I keep back there. I also have a hood that I can put on in case I have to get out and walk and it's freezing. I keep as well a couple of pairs of socks. I keep a couple of pairs of underclothes, and I also keep an extra pair of shoes, as well as a change of clothes. I have a pair of pants and another shirt that I keep in there just in case. Don't get me wrong, I am not a doomsdayer by any means. I just like to be prepared for any type of situation that could come up. Okay, just now we got that straight, let's move on. A couple other things that I have in my bag. I always carry a flashlight or a couple of flashlights. Just something small that if you're out on the side of the road at night, you have some kind of light. I carry an assorted batteries in my bag so that I can keep that flashlight going or whatever else I might need those for. I carry a bottle of ibuprofen in case I have a headache, not feeling well, and I also carry a bottle of Benadryl in case I'm out somewhere and I get stung by a wasp or something, need some Benadryl for an allergic reaction. I also carry a bottle of Tums because I use these quite frequently. Wet wipes. These are in my bag. I use these a lot for different things. I always carry some tissue for personal and private use in case I need that. I also have in my car a blanket. So if I'm stranded on the side of the road for some other reason, or maybe I've got a kid in the car and they're cold, and I always pull that blanket out and it's there for them. A couple other things I have just a plain pocket knife. I've got a multi-tool, one of those that folds down, and when it opens up it's a pair of pliers and 10 different items, screwdrivers, nail clippers, so on and so forth. I keep a book in my car as well, in my bag. That way if, again, for some reason I'm stranded on the side of the road for a while, I can just pull my book out and read for a little bit. And I also keep in that bag, I keep a notepad and a pencil, again, just in case I need to maybe write a note hanging on the outside of the car saying, hey, I've gone to go get gas, be right back, whatever the case might be. And I think that about covers everything or most everything that I have in my bag. You can do something similar. It doesn't have to be these same items. It could be just whatever you feel like that you would need to have a little bit of insurance in case of some type of a breakdown or whatever the case might be. When we go camping, I have another bag that I take along with my emergency car bag, and I carry things in it that we could use while we're camping. For example, I have a shovel, so I can dig a fire pit and then throw the dirt back over the fire when we're done. I also carry a machete, and that's so I can cut twigs and limbs and things for firewood. I also carry an axe in that camping bag as well, so that I can cut firewood. And this is something interesting I saw on a television show the other day. If you're ever out somewhere, again, if you're going camping is a good idea. This gentleman was recycling just about everything that he could in his home. And one of the things that he did was, to start his fires in his fireplace, he would actually take the toilet paper rolls after they were done, and he would fill them with the dryer lint that comes out of the dryer. And then this makes an excellent fire starting tool. So when you go camping, you need to start a fire. I have a bunch of these already. Every time I clean out the dryer, I just take the lint, stuff it in there, put those in a bag, and even if I want to do my fire pit in the backyard, all I have to do is take this out, and it's a great way to start a fire versus using newspaper, things like that. I do as well carry a lighter for camping purposes, and I think that's about all the things that I have right now. Typically what I do is usually every pay period, I will buy a little something something else to put in the bag. For example, probably next week I'll buy a couple of ponchos. After that, I might buy like one of those thermal blankets to cover somebody up if they're injured or sick. So again, I just buy a few things periodically just to keep in that bag. And most of these things you don't have to worry about them going bad. They can stay in there for a long time, but periodically, about once every 6 months, I do go through them and make sure that everything is within its time frame to be used, and then I can rotate that stuff out. And one last thing that I also keep in my car, just in case. Let's say if I have my laptop with me, or I don't have my phone charger, but I have a house charger. I carry a AC adapter that just plugs right into your cigarette lighter, and you can plug just about most small appliances in here, like a laptop or something like that, if you still have battery left in your car. And so that's kind of the stuff that I put together that I think is it's a good idea for anybody to have in their car, because you just never know when you're going to get out there and you're going to break down, and it's going to be freezing cold, and your cell phone's dead, whatever the case may be. So it just never hurts to be prepared. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and thanks for having me.